Today I am going to talk about the introduction to business communication. Let us see what do you mean by business communication. Generally, communication is the process of meaningful interaction among human beings. It is the art of transmitting ideas, information, attitude from one person to another. Let us see what are all the characteristics of communication. Communication is a two-way process where between two or more parties, one the sender and the other one is the receiver. There will be one sender and there will be n number of receiver, or else there will be one sender or one receiver. Communication involves exchange of ideas, feelings, information, thoughts and knowledge, and should involve mutual understanding between the sender and receiver. Let us see what are all the objectives of business communication. Conveying the right message. The sender has to convey the right message to the receiver. Coordination of effort, and there will be a coordination between the sender and the receiver. When there will be a coordination between sender and receiver, they will automatically have an industrial relations so that they develop managerial skills so that they can promote their business into next level. Then what are the channels of business communication? Communication channel can be sender to encoding person and between channel, decoding and the recipient. Let us see what you mean by sender. The sender is the person, one who send the message. Then the message will be mediated into the various channels of communication. Then it will be delivered to the receiver. For example, let us see if the principal is passing the message, it will be later given to the faculty member and the faculty member will pass the information through representative, then the representative will pass the information to the students. Through this way, process of communication will flow through the channel. Then let us see what are all the types of communication. There are three types of communication. One is intrapersonal, interpersonal and communication. Let us see what you mean by intrapersonal communication. Intrapersonal communication is nothing but the language that is used or thought internal to the communicator. It occurs only when an individual sends and receives the message internally, that is occurring in the minds of individual. For example, when we are praying, we will have an internal thought of activities. So that will be the best example of intrapersonal communication. Then another one is appreciating yourself in front of the mirror. Then let us see about interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication is the universal communication that takes place between two individuals. It includes everyday exchange of thoughts that may be formal or informal, since it is a person to person contact communication. For example, in formal communication, we take the example of interview. When we are attending the interview, we have a formal form of communication. And let us see an informal communication example. When we are discussing with our friends, we will not go through the formal way of communication. We will informally talk to them. So it will be considered as informal communication. Then let us see what you mean by group communication. Group communication is interpersonal communication performed when there are more than three individuals, during which information is shared, then ideas developed, decisions made and the problem solved. For example, we can see or take the classroom as an example. When the teacher was teaching a lesson, the students will be take involvement and take participative in the class and they ask their doubt. So they will be communicating with each other. So this way of communication is considered as group communication. For another example, we can take that the politicians appealing for votes. When they are appealing for votes, they will be asked to vote for themselves. For that, the people will ask for something of what they need. So this way of communication will be considered as group communication. Thank you.